Scarlet, another one.
Yo, what's good, man? You are now back on TTV, baby.
Gang, gang, gang.
And if it's your first time here, definitely won't be your last. Make sure you kill, murder, and
Smash
that subscribe button, man. And we are back with another Easter egg for the Moon Knight series.
Whoa.
One of my favorite shows we are watching right now.
Over Batman.
Episode 3 turned the fuck up.
Facts.
They got my boy Khonshu out here, like changing the sky.
Yep.
They got my boy. Let me get the constellation from the day when you actually needed to find where Amit's at. So we trying to find Amit right now. It was a crazy episode, man. I'm interested to see what kind of Easter eggs there are because I'm sure there was a lot, man. We got to meet all of the gods pretty much.
Yeah.
I think minus 2, which makes me believe that 2 of the other gods are locked up the same way Khonshu is. Because I believe at that meeting there were like 2 that were missing. So. But I'm sure we're going to learn about that right now. Without no further ado, and y'all make sure y'all keep it locked. Head over to our Patreon for all of our full reactions to Moon Knight. Tomorrow morning, we will have the newest episode of Moon Knight for y'all. So, let's get into this, man. New Rockstars. Let's get it.
Get some Easter eggs, because I didn't get none this weekend, bro. I didn't find not one Easter egg.
Bro, not one, bro.
Oh, you didn't?
That shit pissed me off.
So what?
Oh, they got MT today.
Oh, yeah.
Like, oh my days, oh my moon gods, what is going on? Like, guys, are you seeing what I'm seeing right now? Do you know the possible ramifications that the events of this episode could mean for the future of the MCU?
I didn't even think of that.
The entire planet went back in time 2,000 years. I'm sorry, my voice is like
That's the same spot, but it's the other dude from New Rockstars.
What this huge
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Nah, he's done some before.
He does a lot of them, yeah.
So the other dude's not doing this one? Visually
No.
incredible entry in Steve Grant's.
But he's good too. He's good. He's just as good.
And hey, before I continue, make sure to hit up Rockstarsmerch.com. I love how right off the bat, the episode starts us off with a cut from black that starts off blurry, but gets more clear, revealing Layla having her pictures taken for fake illegal IDs. Like, what a great cinematography choice by series director Mohammed Diab and series director of photography Gregory Middleton, because it feels like the audience is waking up from that blackness to an unfocused blurriness, like eyes first waking up and then revealing Layla in focus, very much intentionally reflecting the overall theme of Mark Spector and Stephen Grant constantly waking up from blackouts, a little bit disoriented themselves. And the fact that we begin outside of Mark or Stephen's point of view, which is rare for the series, tells us that there is some legitimacy to his experience, or that Layla might also be experiencing the delusion. And then we get a look at a passport to the Arab Republic of Egypt, with the information being edited on a computer screen by a close family forger friend of Layla's, stating that Layla's full
Oh, okay, so that wasn't her mom.
Layla Abdallah El Faouli, and that she was actually an Egyptian born in Cairo on October
she's black.
1994.
Yeah, he was explaining how her dad was the archaeologist and shit.
In its waning crescent phase, I might add, which is quite interesting considering Layla's personal choice of murder jewelry in the form of a shoulder-stabbing crescent-shaped necklace, which might just hint at a possible family connection with the moon god Khonshu himself, as that necklace could be a family heirloom of sorts. I mean, her middle name Abdallah does mean flower of the god after all, so maybe that's a clue there.
I want my kids' name to mean something too, yo.
Of May 29th, 2019, which heavily implies that Layla herself was not snapped by Thanos in Infinity War,
She's
which is
28.
also the same case for Mark
Okay.
Spector, as we see from an earlier episode of Passport as well. Though we can't 100% take this as a reliable source since this is a fake idea.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I'm like, this is all forged.
Close family friend of the Alpha Hoolies, played by Barbara Rosenblatt, who is no stranger to comic book TV shows, as she recently appeared on the TV show Gotham as Lydia Bichiera.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
I didn't even catch that.
While
I
Mark
didn't.
Spector is exploring the sands of Egypt, you can explore millions of champion combinations and master countless
Raid Legends.
And while Layla is talking to this forging family friend, she reveals to her that her and Mark Spector once had a place together not 20 minutes away from Stephen's current apartment, where Nemo II is almost assuredly floating at the top of that tank, because he has not gotten food for a very long time.
Nah. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Layla also reveals that it's been 10 years since her last
might as well do reactions with these people,
which is
bigger on the
curious to
color.
me considering that she does, later on in the episode, name isn't the most popular around those parts.
It's not in here. Why? Because my name pisses off a few people in Cairo?
So I'm very curious to learn what exactly happened within her family's history to cause all the locals to be giving a family of archaeologists the side.
Oh yeah, she got a shaky past, yo.
For a reason, after all.
I think it's her pops though.
Has to do with Layla's current profession as a type of ancient artifact Robin Hood figure that steals from the antique collecting underground to return those various valuable pieces of history back to their respective.
Okay, that's cool. I respect that.
These artifacts to be stolen. A completely not wrong belief also shared by a former antique collector.
Killmonger.
Oh, Killmonger.
During his totally normal field trip to a museum.
Oh, Black Panther 2, nigga.
Black market antiques. This might just mean that you know power broker from Falcon and the Winter Soldier, who we
Interesting.
already know loves antiques and all like paintings and all that stuff. So I
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Sharon Carter to pop up at some point this season, especially since the pirate country Madripoor is literally name dropped.
Exactly,
It
we were
is,
saying that
yeah.
when we were
Talk
watching it.
about that, yeah.
Then the two ladies reminisce about Layla's late father, who was an archaeologist that apparently brought his daughter along on all of his digs, possibly alluding to the dead archaeologist hinted at in the last episode. This, of course, sounding extremely similar to the circumstances of comic Mark Spector's love interest, Marlene Alaram, whose father was gunned down by a crazy mercenary named Bushman during Mark's origin story in the comics. But we also learned from this forger lady that Layla's father likes to call Layla his little scarab, possibly linking Layla and her family to the series MacGuffin.
I didn't even peep that.
Scarab, leading to the greatest treasure of all, Robin Williams in the Cave of Wonders. Just kidding. That's another Disney-owned franchise. I mean, the Tomb of Ammit. Like maybe Layla was always meant to be Ammit's true avatar. Who knows? And then with the Marvel Studios logo coming in, set to some really dope Middle Eastern trap music by DJ Kaboo called Enta, which is actually a bop and a dope way to hint at the faithful portrayal of a modern-day Cairo that Moon Knight director Mohammed Diab was extremely keen on delivering, even going as far as calling Egypt's depiction in Hollywood media, like, Wonder Woman 1984, disgraceful. His words, not mine. I haven't seen Wonder Woman 1984, so I can't even hate on my
Damn.
And you know what? After watching how beautifully and differently this episode of Moon Knight captures the vibrant excitement of a 21st century Cairo in a way that I've never seen before personally, this director might just know what he's
The only reason why it don't make
Because
sense
Cairo
because
looks dope as
1984
hell
was
in
in
the show. But anyway, when
1984
we first meet Arthur Harrow,
So it was supposed to look like it looked in 1984.
I guess he's saying he didn't depict 1984 the right way or some shit.
But he's not. Like, he wasn't walking around in 1984.
Maybe he was.
Nah, I seen the dude's face. He definitely was that age in 1984. Like,
person wearing red amongst this food in the desert. I feel like that's a very intentional
that was a good movie. I think they did a good job at that time.
He's doing exactly what Layla thought he was doing and trying not to get himself killed running around Cairo.
Marvel
Probably
directed
would
it.
get something killed running around Cairo.
And when Mark gets into a fight with some dramatic knife fighting guys, with the lead one even tossing a knife up to the camera like some sort of cool guy, giving us a slow-mo zoom in of that knife throw that reminds me of the Wasp dodging knives in the kitchen in Ant-Man and the Wasp. But then we get some really dope knife combat back in the MCU since the amazingness that was that Winter Soldier knife fight from many movies.
That was a dope fight.
The thug taking the lead being the actor Jaleel Nasiri, who is
Jaleel.
skill that made Liam Neeson sweat during that final battle in the first Taken movie.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie to you. Liam Neeson might be top 10 for me though.
Top 10 action?
Actors.
Really?
I realize I really like him. Like Taken, Quantum, I really like his movies and him as the actor.
I never liked taking movies.
Which sort of calls back
Oh,
to
you do?
other personalities
That's fire.
Arthur Harrow's last episode when he brings up his blatant objection to hurting children.
What about a child? Would she kill a child for something they might do in 30 years? I kind of draw a line there at a child murder.
So even though these two are separate personalities, it seems like they have very similar values.
Take him to the ledge. He's just a kid.
And after Mark blacks out in the middle of that roof fight, we get our first look at waking up from a personality switch from Mark's perspective. As Steve tries to book it out of Egypt in a cab, which, I don't blame him. He's like, all right, I'm in another country again. Time to go home. I love how he's nonchalant about, like, I did it again. And I thought it was absolutely hilarious when we get the cab driver a little later yelling, "Where's my money?" to Moon Knight, as it felt like it could have been like a slight nod to the famous Moon Knight meme of Mark Spector yelling, "I know you're here, Dracula, you big nerd. Where's my goddamn money?" And then one of the biggest what the moments of the show happens when Mark actually catches up with those culty roof thugs on the street and gets bumped on the head twice. Once by a thug with a blunt object, and once again after his head lands hard on the ground, which seems to cause him to wake up from the
Exactly.
Mark, who seemingly didn't care about getting the information Mark needed out of these people. He just killed them. Literally everyone but this young boy gets gutted by this mysterious new personality. A personality that I hope and believe to be that of Jake Lockley, the street-smart New York cab driver, who has, up until this point, been largely absent in the series.
Oh, what? There's a whole other dude?
Seemingly hinting at three personalities.
They were hinting at them. They were hinting at three personalities early on, too.
Ending being the case, as that would be extremely comic book accurate. And of course, before this young boy cuts his red scarf to meet the base
That shit was wild.
sky, he says, much like the agents of MCU's first main cult, Hydra would yell, "Hail Hydra," before they committed suicide. Hail Hydra! And then went directly to hell because they were Nazis. But hey, speaking of this boy's scarf, a really interesting design detail that I've been noticing with the Moon Knight series is that a lot of Mark and Steven's enemies seem to be adorned in this particular shade of red. You know, this boy's scarf and hair, the cops that stopped by Steven's house, the goons that shot at Steven in Germany, and also Arthur Harrow himself. Hell, Midnight Man was wearing red, particularly a shade of red similar to that of the Scarlet Witch and her chaos magic, which Arthur has hinted could be playing a factor between both him and Mark. So all of his choosing this shade could be indicative of some chaos magic influence in the series. But anyways,
I like how they, that could be something.
That was a nice pickup.
Wolverine, nigga. Not Deadpool.
Deadpool has a better healing factor.
Yeah, he took hella shit to the. Yeah.
Steve Brett calls time out and tells everyone to chill the F out.
We're all worked up. Let's all just not chill the F out. Everybody stay where you are. Chill the F out.
But anyways, Mark and Khonshu have their conversation on the cliffside. Khonshu reveals the one thing in the universe that he fears, the wrath of the Council of Gods, which Khonshu later has to face through this avatar inside the Great Pyramid of Giza, one of the 7 wonders of the world. Secretly
Can't wait to go there one day.
room for the pantheon of Egyptian gods, as 9 seats for each god avatar can be seen. Though only 5 of the 9, Isis, Tefnut, Osiris, Hathor, and Horus, show up for Khonshu's trial after he literally moved the moon to make an eclipse to make this meeting even possible. And Yatsiel, avatar to the goddess of music and love, Hathor, played by Native American actress Diana Bermudez, also hints at a hidden, potentially romantic past between Hathor and Khonshu when she says,
He says it was not so long ago Khonshu enjoyed Hathor's melodies.
As far as I know, the only melody Khonshu enjoys is the sound of pain.
which does make sense considering that Khonshu and Hathor have had a romantic past in Egyptian mythology. And
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
And that's why she was willing to help.
Also, in addition to music and love, the goddess of the sky, these two were a match made in heaven. Literally, made in the heavens of the sky, because we can't have the moon at the sky.
Okay.
But yeah, guys, I don't know about you, but I do not trust Hathor at all. Like 0%.
Oh, damn.
Wow, I felt the exact opposite.
too.
Flash of bright colored light seems to appear over Harrow's head right before Hathor leaves the mind of Yatsiel. Check that out. Slow it down. I definitely feel like the goddess Hathor and Harrow are in cahoots. Like, you can't trust.
Because of
She
that?
might be. She might be a op,
Because
though.
of that,
That'll be a
though?
good. That'll be a good plot twist if she's a op, though.
Goddess of love's love for Khonshu, she could actually be the true villain of this series, trying to create a heaven on earth so her and her banished former lover Khonshu could live together on and look at the stars together forever. Because, like I said, Hathor is the goddess of the sky.
That's
The sky
interesting.
and the moon are always meant to be together, no matter what. Which could be why Khonshu says that he remembers every night, because he is remembering his love for the sky. Or Hathor.
Oh.
But anyways, when the
I get it now.
Yeah.
We banished once for nearly exposing us, Khonshu. And you know we despise your garishness, your showy masks and weapons.
We learned that not only do these gods really have no love for Khonshu, but they're also not
I can't wait to hear.
violent, flamboyant avatars with moon-themed weapons running around the earth. Very much implying that, for now, Moon Knight is the only avatar of this kind. Though I do suspect that Arthur Harrow will end up becoming the Shadow Knight who is in the comics and universe.
Oh, shit.
And we also learned that these gods have
What
all
the
abandoned
fuck?
mankind because mankind has abandoned worship of them. With Khonshu claiming that all of these gods are living in opulence in a place called the Overworld, better known in the Marvel Comics as the Celestial Heliopolis, a pocket dimension outside the main Marvel universe where the Iliad be ballin' in paradise. Something that both Khonshu and Thor Force or the God Butcher share a problem with, because Thor does not like that the gods do not help mankind out at all. But anyways, when Mark and Layla are on that purple tinted boat ride, Layla that he's been struggling with it for a very long time until something happened recently that caused him to lose the control that he's mastered over it over the years. With that something very likely being his first meeting with Khonshu. He probably messed with his brain chemistry. And we finally get a look at Gaspard Ulliel's Anton Bogart, also known as Marvel's Midnight Man, a villain in Moon Knight's Rogues Gallery who loved to steal valuable things, not for the money, but simply for the sake of having them. Kind of like the Collector from Guardians of the Galaxy 1. And Bogart earns the title of Midnight Man in the comics simply because of his preference to strike at the dead of night at midnight for all of his crimes. Which is why we see Khonshu saying tick-tock over a clock that just struck midnight at the very end.
Oh, wow.
Action sequence.
That's interesting.
Of course, the late Gaspard would have a tribute from Marvel at the very end of this episode. Rest in peace, buddy. And
Damn, RP.
tick-tock on the clock. Guys, I'm not sure if you missed this, but it kind of seems like Khonshu, in an effort to, return the stars to the position that they were 2,000 years in the past, when Sentu first marked the tomb of Ammit, thought that the only way to do that was to change the sky itself by turning back time, which could be the reason for the beautiful light show at the episode's end. It's literally the stars in the sky going back in time. And how exactly can
That'd be fire to watch in real life.
Gravity, something that the moon is heavily associated with, and possibly why Khonshu was able to effortlessly cause an eclipse earlier on in the episode by moving the moon. And guys, if this is the case, and the Earth has been sent 2,000 years into the universe's past, you guys know what this means? This means that the Infinity Stones are back, Asgard is back, Xandar is back, Hela is back, Ego, the living planet is back. The entire universe is just 2,000 years younger. Like, guys, in my opinion, this is potentially one of the biggest things to happen to the MCU since the Smash. Mostly because we see Khonshu turned to stone before he can put this guy back where he found it. Like, man, oh man, can I not wait to see how this could potentially change the entire MCU game for Phase 4? Because this is freaking nuts, man. Freaking nuts.
That's actually
I didn't even think about that at all.
Me either.
because you could bring back a lot of characters.
Hurting in the name of Khonshu, but that Khonshu was the very reason why he chose this weird path of healing. Because Khonshu was the one who gave him a taste for blood and destruction. And he even goes as far as to thank the imprisoned Khonshu for his victory to come. And man, Ethan Hawke can act when you forget that he's straight up sassing a statue of a bird for like 60 seconds. But anyways, that is it for this breakdown of Moon Knight episode 3. What do you guys think of this episode? Like, do you guys think that I'm crazy and the Earth didn't actually go back in time 2,000 years? Because it looks like that's what happened. Let us know what you thought in the comment section below, my nerd babies, because I want to hear it. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. You can follow me at Mastertainment on Twitter if you want to see me tweet some really weird shit, really fun theories. More importantly, you can follow me at Rockstars.
Shout out to Mastertainment, bro. Got a whole different breakdown today, man. Shout out to new Rockstars. Yo, I did not think about that sky shit. Because I thought he was just like, I didn't know it would actually bring the whole universe back 2,000 years. Like, I thought it was just like, he's changing the sky.
Like visually.
Yeah, visually. Yeah. Like, I didn't think it was like a time thing. I thought it was more of a just a visual representation. I can just move the stars.
It seems like he's theorizing that would occur. Because the thing is like, if that's the implications, that means the next episode, we have to get some sort of like, some shit that shows us that something that wasn't existing is back. Yeah. To show like, all right, other series and movies is gonna reflect things that was gone to be back. Cause bro, that's big as hell to just do casually in the show, and then out of nowhere they show us that later on. Like you have to explain that more or show it more to prove that.
And another thing that was dope was the implications of the Burgundy and how it could be chaos magic and how it connects to Wanda and everything in the MCU. It's crazy because like we're seeing little connections to the MCU that I didn't even think of. Like I didn't even think of because I'm just like I think this is gonna be within its own series, and then we're gonna start seeing implications like that had to do with Black Knight from Eternals, and that has to do with Blade. I didn't think we were gonna see anything that had to do with Scarlet Witch. I didn't think we were going to see anything that had to do with Sharon Carter, because they said Sharon Carter might make an appearance in this series. Then they're talking about the Infinity Stones might be back. Ego, the Living Planet might be back. Like all this shit. Like all these things are things that I didn't see coming. So I'm just like, wow.
Yeah, I think like I really wonder, like this is no surprise that they're going to make it go through like half of May, right? And then Doctor Strange comes out and
it goes like the first week of May.
Yeah, so I feel like that something is gonna tie it together.
And then Doctor Strange is that Friday.
You know what's crazy?
Yeah, you see?
I believe it's that
If
Friday.
he puts it back in time and it connects to Doctor Strange, then maybe we see Tony Stark again.
Because he'll be alive.
Yeah.
That would make sense.
Now I gotta see if that's what day exactly. Doctor Strange drops May 6th, so it would be that exact.
That's like in
that
2
exact
weeks.
week. It would be that exact week that drops. So that would be interesting. And I like how they like really are like the historical context that they take, and it's really like things that they actually take straight from Egyptian.
Oh,
like,
it's almost like the relationship.
Yeah, like how they're really
It's not fake.
Huh?
It's not fake.
Yeah, exactly. It's not fake. They actually take from the actual history, like they're actually boyfriend and girlfriend, and now that relationship is gonna play into the actual show.
Marvel niggas
Whatever
ain't DC.
Nah, DC does well. DC implements gods, just not as good as.
They try to violate with the 1984.
Yeah, they butchered it, bro. They butchered it, bro.
Nah,
it was
honestly,
a
I don't
disaster.
think
You probably watched that movie, buddy.
I watched that movie. That movie's not good.
Nah, and it wasn't him who said it. It was the director of Moon Knight who said it, and I believe he's Egyptian, and that's why he said that.
Yeah.
I think he was just referring to the.
They didn't represent Cairo.
Coming out of the crib is like it's hard for me to take it.
What?
Nah, but that movie's not good.
Like a blood in the crib, damn.
Because he's a
'Cause
director
DC and
Marvel?
Marvel?
So then it's not too far-fetched that
Okay.
he'll come out of DC movie. That's what he said.
Okay.
And like Marvel does a good job in general in like implementing gods into their storylines because they did the same thing with Thor. Thor that's based on actual Norse mythology. Like this is based on actual Egyptian mythology. Like, and we see it with other superheroes too. They do it in DC. They incorporate Greek mythology too. And I think we're gonna get Greek mythology in Thor: Love and Thunder because apparently, dude holding the thunderbolt is supposed to be Zeus.
It's
like you had
Zeus,
said.
yeah.
It's Zeus, and it's played by
Russell Crowe.
Ooh, the gladiator, nigga.
Russell Brand, Russell Crowe,
That movie's amazing.
Greek mythology, nigga. I fucking told you how.
So that was.
Nigga, you said
I was
Thor
like,
from
I don't
Greek
know what this
mythology.
man's
Shut up.
talking about right now. Like,
he's actually half Greek.
Russell Brand, Russell Crowe.
0000, a whole lot of O's.
Watch the throne.
yo, they dropped a lot of interesting things. Like now, I'm really interested in Layla's character too. Like, is Layla going through like some type of thing where she also does some Mark Spector type shit? Because the way they're talking about like it blared out, and then like, what's her family's history and why don't they rock with them in Cairo?
She got something because like
They got
thing
something with
is,
the scarab.
Khonshu Ray said that if you don't do this shit correctly, Mark, I'm gonna have her be my next avatar. But then it seemed like they hinted that she was already possibly going to be Emmett's next avatar. So there must be something within her history and stuff like that, or abilities or something that make these gods want to have her as a potential avatar.
And she's helping Mark look for the scarab to go to Ammit. So if that were the case, wouldn't she be going straight to where she's wanted?
She's faking it.
Figure what?
She's trying to set Mark up.
You think she's the op?
Yep.
Interesting.
That's how you catch back.
Yep. Throw a bit.
Send a girl. Why they gotta be bitch? Jesus, Patrick.
Beautiful, educated woman. But
Jeez. Just damn. Well, I guess we gonna find out going forward, man, in this series, man. Make sure y'all keep it locked. We got episode 4 coming to y'all real soon. Head over to our Patreon for full reactions. And shout out to New Rockstars, as always, man, with these dope breakdowns. We're going to be here to watch the rest of them with y'all. If it's your first time here, definitely won't be your last. Make sure you kill, murder, and smash that subscribe button, man. I go by the name of DC. And also, we're going to drop the Batman movie really soon. So make sure you stay tuned for that, too.
Yo, it's Amon the Myth, the Maniac, Wilkins _RT. Shout out to Deadpool.
Yo, it's your boy Wells, the Anime King, and they said the healing factor similar or that can rival that of Wolverine.
That's cool, but Deadpool's
not
better, so it doesn't
Deadpool's,
matter.
not
It doesn't
Deadpool.
matter.
Yeah, I didn't bring up Deadpool at all. Patrick RT, man, not all women are bitches. Just the ones that want to be.
It's your boy Rob City RT.
It's an interesting take on it, Pat. Just the ones that want to be.
Exactly. They know who they are.
Love it, man.
He hates calling women bitches, but the bitches love it.
He took some sense and made a nickel of it. And that settles it at
The Round Table.